to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. So it's time to crush.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Today is an extremely abbreviated show. Why? Because the God got to get back to playing the Oblivion Remaster. Now, when I reported last week of what I heard, well, we was reporting it up to the point, right? And then I reported last week that it was supposed to be on the 23rd. They're supposed to have a show tomorrow, Wednesday. I don't know if they're having a show or not. Still haven't got no word on that. That direct that they did today about Oblivion could be the show that they was talking about tomorrow, but it's third-party partners show. So usually they do that in May. So I thought June would be a little out of place for them to do that. But I was just talking about what I heard. So the game launched, and I said that Oblivion would launch because I heard the 21st. The 21st was Monday, but I wasn't sure on that. And I was just like, I think it's going to be the 23rd. Well, it launched on the 22nd. So neither the first leak was right or my leak, which was not even a leak, my assumption, the 23rd was wrong. It's the 22nd. And today is a wonderful day. If you've never played Oblivion and you like RPGs or you never got a chance to play RPGs, I'm telling you this is one of the best RPGs for you to jump in and get a chance to play. As an Xbox owner, as a Game Pass subscriber, as a black card carrying member of the Xbox Club, I want to tell you that there's no better way to feel than to just watch a show just for the pure love of it. I know you port begging ponies, hashtag no PlayStation 6. We're going to run it up on you bums. Don't understand that concept. You watch trying to figure out how much money you got to take out of your wallet in order to make it to another space. I honestly feel sorry for you. And I thought about it. Paying $17 a month for a service that don't give you the same amount of value is diabolical. The fact that you are almost equal in price to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and don't give the level of versatility or games is insane. You got to be ashamed of yourself. But again, let's get into this topic. This week is a powerful week for Xbox and gamers alike. The Claire Obscure Expedition 33 Custom Xbox Series X bundle is unveiled. Now, right before the game is about to launch, they have a giveaway for a custom console that has a custom controller. The custom console looks absolutely insane. You see the hair of a creature and the wonderful, it looks like the cherry blossoms, but again, we know that this game is heavily influenced by some stuff from Square and Final Fantasy, but is set in France, in French law. So this game is going to be great. But Kepler Interactive has paired up with Xbox Reddit page to unveil the Claire Obscure Expedition 33 giveaway. Now, it's a custom console with the controller, and it's for the people in North America, South America, Europe, and Australia. Go over to their page. They're going to tell you exactly how to do it. The winner will be randomly generated, elevated to the top level of the parent or whatever. Prize winner will get the console in a U.S. build with a U.S. warranty. The contest is open to, like I told y'all before, again, and you can't just do duplicate entries, just one entry per person, right? Now, they're going to ask you, if you had to build your own expedition, what 3 characters will you take from video games to go mount that up against the paintress? And it's a cool concept. It's something great. It's something dope. I would love from one of the winners from Xbox Frontline News to win this wonderful console. I just can't wait for the game to come out, to be honest with you. That's Thursday. And we just have so many games that we're playing right now. This is an exciting time. If you're like the millions of people right now playing the Oblivion Remaster, well, And why wouldn't you be? Especially if you're a card-carrying Xbox Game Pass Ultimate black card haver. You have privileges, and with those privileges comes a whole lot of different perks. Well, right now, there's a cheap way to upgrade it. And you can get a digital art book, digital music, and you can get also digital items inside. Now, you have Game Pass, cool, you got the game, boom, you're already good, you was walking away. But if you wanted to enhance your product, you were able to just go to the Microsoft store, Xbox store, and hit it for $9.99, $10. Now, let's say you was going to go buy the game. To get that whole digital package would be $59. That's a price to value ratio that I was telling you people before. It's going to come down to that dynamic where Xbox is giving you the price comparison and value. The digital art book, the soundtrack app, just for $10. And the soundtrack is incredible. If anybody got a chance to see me on Frontline Gaming streams, you understood exactly what was going on and how I felt about this game. Absolutely outstanding. An incredible game brought back to life by the incredible developers at Virtuoso and Bethesda, with the watchful eye of Xbox and Microsoft. This is how you do remasters, bro. Gets no better than this. You're going to start seeing the comparisons between the Series X version and the Series S version. And, what I can tell you is this. The Series S version looks way better than the original version that I got a chance to play when I was growing up. So, at the end of the day, you get in where you fit in. If your gaming sensibilities, or you casual, or during this economic downturn, your only option is Xbox Series S. From all intents and purposes, the game looks phenomenal. It looks light years ahead of the original release of the game. So on that front, you're taken care of. And on the Series X, you're gaming in the best console fidelity that you're going to get on the Xbox platform. Now, knowing that the game launched on the PlayStation base and the PlayStation 5 Pro today, I'm curious to see what those games look like, to be honest with you. But again, I'm not as curious as to be a fool to understand the value proposition in which Game Pass affords me. So at the end of the day, if you save a boatload on car insurance, you're not going to sit back and say, I'm going to give this car insurance a little bit more money. You're not going to do that. You're going to be smart and you're going to do what you got to do. But again, game how you going to game. And I'm telling you, there's no shame in this game because the game looks incredible no matter where you play it. And the fact that you're able to play it day and date from the release, the shadow drop, which is today, it's insane. We have come a very long way as far as gamers, as far as instantaneously accessing direct-to-consumer, bypassing marketing and all this other stuff, bypassing the store, getting it straight to the consumer. This is what they always wanted to do. This is proof positive that that concept in which they was operating on so long ago, had Xbox One that last generation, we will be so far ahead now, but technically they had to lose in order for us to win. Now, I'm sure like many of you, you're caught up with all the Oblivion talk and all the Oblivion remastered gameplay and just downloading, getting to the game. I'm pretty sure that your whole day is consumed with that aspect. But before you go crazy, when you hit your download, go straight to your Xbox dashboard. There are custom background, dynamic background for the Series S and S, X and S, for the Oblivion Remastered. You can see it right here in the background, and it's dope. It's a great thing. It's free. I love that aspect of Xbox. Not trying to nickel and dime you. Not trying to take advantage of fandom. A game that they could easily marketed and sold and did all this other stuff for 80 to 90 bucks, where we do see the industry going. We have one developer, one publisher, one company bucking that trend and giving you quality direct to your hands, while also enhancing the vision of giving you a custom dynamic background free of charge. This is what I'm talking about. This is what gaming is all about. We're at the height of gaming, and Microsoft stands head and shoulders above the other two console manufacturers. Well, this only talks to me because the Elder Scroll 4 Oblivion is PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced, and it supports the PlayStation Plus streaming. Now, imagine paying almost $20 a month, almost the same price as Game Pass, and not getting your stuff day and date, and still having to buy one of the best games to launch so far this year in Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster. Well, you have the opportunity to stream. The enhancement doesn't have HDR for the PlayStation 5 Pro. That's kind of crazy. $59.99 for the deluxe edition, and $49.99 for the regular, if the PlayStation Plus. Plus, you have, if you want to be able to stream it to your streaming devices and stuff like that, you got to pay that almost $20 a month. Tell us we're not equal without telling us we're not equal. Because Game Pass Ultimate allows you to do so much more for your dollar. This is a shame, bro. This is an absolute shame. Absolutely diabolical work. But again, if you're a PlayStation owner, PlayStation 5 Pro owner, which you should be, there should be nobody playing on the PlayStation 5 base. If you're a true fan of the PlayStation 5 and Sony, you should have a Pro. Get out there and support the devs. Y'all ain't even believe that shit either. Get out of here. Now, we don't know when the Switch 2 is going to get their version of Oblivion. Oh, thank you for making it this far. It's not a long day. It's not going to be a long day. On this powerful Tuesday, it's just about game playing. And I don't want y'all to be upset with the fact that it's just going to be a quick show. Again, the world has stopped. Oblivion is out. And I'm not going to hold you here when I know that you're downloading. I don't expect this video to do a lot of views. And I mean, the last video I did with about Oblivion, y'all didn't care about, but I cared about it. So again, share this out with a friend, hit the notification button, hit the like, subscribe, become a member, yada, yada, yada. But let's get back to this value proposition where Game Pass is spinning the block on the ops. We're at a point right now where you're going to have to bend the knee. You're going to have to get down and lay down. There's too many games coming out. You're going to have to stop this. You're going to have to stop that conversation talking about Xbox ain't where it's at. The value proposition is too high. They're going to keep dropping games. Game Pass is undeniable. At this point, stop your crap. Go out and get yourself a Series S or X. Right now, I hear GameStop is giving back mad bread for Series X's. Ain't nobody turning no chance in, boy. Ain't nobody doing that. You can sit there and act like they doing that. You can say everybody's doing that. You can say that. I mean, you can run a scheme. You can get one for the low and then go make $100 more. Like right now, I'll probably go to Facebook Marketplace, pick up one for, you say, like $300, and then take that to GameStop and get that $420. But that's store credit. So you're just gonna add some more money to your bread. I'm giving you too much game. Giving you too much hustle. I'm giving you too much hustle. I mean, some of you don't got hustle in you, so I'm giving you too much hustle. But anyway, Game Pass. I knew it was going to be like this. I told you it was going to be like this. And I told you what the PlayStation was going to look like. This is the reason why I say hashtag no PlayStation 6. It's got a point where it's not going to make sense, right? You're going to say, oh, but King, they're going to put out a game that's going to make the world say, ooh, ooh, ooh. They're going to put out their handheld. Let's say their handheld is $500, $600. That handheld is going to come out. What price point do you think that, because you got to think about it this way, right? The Switch 2 handheld is $500. So the PlayStation handheld has to show dominance, so it has to be $6 at the least, right? If Microsoft comes out and puts out a handheld that is $550, $600 with a game, that forces PlayStation, remember the Pro, like I told you, we needed the prophecy in order to happen for hashtag no PlayStation 6. I'm going to run it up on these bumps. We're going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation for that to happen. Now, that made the Pro, that's $700. And then they were so stingy that they ain't even give you a stand, so you had to buy the stand, and they ain't give you a disk drive. You had to buy the disk drive separate. That was another $100. So wrapping all that up, you was at $900, right? So okay, you think that they're going to be able to do that? Xbox is putting out another console. 2026, you're going to get another console. You're going to get that handheld. So you got Asus, and the way Microsoft is moving, they're moving in a way that PlayStation puts out that handheld. They're going to be easier to navigate. Everything is going to be completely digital. Think about it this way. Everything will be completely digital. They don't want you on physical at all. They want you completely digital. They want 100% of your bread. They want to go direct to consumer. They want to bypass all the stores. They want you to buy directly from them. The last two consoles that I brought from PlayStation came directly from them. Now, when I got the PlayStation 5 base, I have a ton of them that I was selling. So, because that's what the market called for. I probably had like all my Xbox Series X's I had for myself. And then I brought a couple of Series S's for the house, for other rooms like that have televisions, in order to have that access point to, if I'm sitting there, I do play games, I do just jump in or whatever I want to do. But yeah, PlayStation, they want out of the hardware big rat race. They want to make games, and they want to solely own their entity. They want to move in that manner. So again, Xbox is an unbeatable proposition with Oblivion looking like this. I mean, imagine you as Sony continuously putting out the same exact game over and over and over again with minor increments of fidelity and gameplay to be beat to a pulp with this Oblivion. See, because Last of Us isn't considered the greatest game of all time, except if you're like me, like a geek nerd idiot that actually loves The Last of Us 2. You don't consider, a lot of people don't consider it as the greatest game of all time. Oblivion is probably up there as one of the greatest RPGs of all time. And doing this, that it hasn't been released, I think it's 16 and 19 years, something like that. This hasn't been dropped every generation. All right. So you're looking at a different value proposition. Xbox has the games. PlayStation is suffering at this moment. Now you're going to say, King, they're not suffering because they got the game as well. I want you to look at it this way. Whatever you was going to take that money for that would have benefited Sony, you took that money, you spent it on an Xbox product where Xbox gets the majority of that money. Now you're going to say, yes, Sony is getting money. Sony has to keep servers up. Sony has to market, distribute, and manufacture their console. Sony has to continue to cultivate the fan base that they have. That takes time, effort, and money. All Microsoft has to do is show up with a game that is digital. Minimum time, minimum effort, minimum money in getting it to your consumer. Now, I'm pretty sure already they have already made back the money that they put into this title. And they're going to continue to flood your marketplace with doing so. Now, if you was looking forward to Expedition 33, shout out to Xbox and Kepler Interactive with putting out that custom console that is on you can earn it and reward it from like a sweepstakes. Is in here. I did the video. I did that portion in this video. Shout out to them. But again, that's another game I get a chance to just go and play. And then possibly down the line buy it if I continue to love it. So these opportunities have changed the outlook in video games. $49.99 is diabolical in this day and age. Where everybody's looking for the price to value comparison, South of Midnight did the same thing. We're looking at a renaissance in gaming, and Microsoft and Xbox is leading the charge. At what point in time are you going to stop with your fake console war, with your fake thoughts of Microsoft not giving you what you want? They're giving you exactly what you want. They're the only ones doing it. Where Nintendo is running the prices up on you, and PlayStation keeps continuing to do the same thing and squeezing the fan base to death. Microsoft is the only valve of relief. What I would suggest you do, I would suggest you take your PlayStation, go down to the local GameStop, go get a used Series X, and get a year's worth of Game Pass, and call it a day. Pick up a Portal at some point in time later on this year for under $200. I can get one for like $175, $150, and stream your games. That's it. You're good. Well, this is the part in the video where I'm going to tell you like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification button. I stream daily on Frontline Gaming Streams, separate channel. Please go over there and support. We're going to be all over. I booked my first gig as Frontline Gaming Streams. It's crazy. But and Xbox Frontline News, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I drop a video, and you can count on that because I'm the king, and I'm 98% right. So you know what we do. And I'm going to take that logo, and I'm going to throw it on Oblivion, because if you don't got Game Pass, you're bugging. Try to play the Game Pass.